and then they put glitter on it. Why do they do this to us? You can win over and over at HomeGoods, but you know, there's some things that I think that are just kind of wasting your money. I want to buy something that really elevates my space, that makes it feel chic and sophisticated. I don't want people to think that I went to HomeGoods to get it. Yeah, you don't need a reminder on every wall of your house. Be a good girl or... Hello and welcome to the House of Valentina. I'm Valentina and today I wanted to talk about HomeGoods. I absolutely love to shop at HomeGoods. I find it to be such a great source for so many things. However, there's so many things at HomeGoods that I just feel like maybe we should just skip and just not buy. So I thought it'd be really fun today to talk about this that we do buy and that perhaps we should pass on, and just go through some of the things that I think HomeGoods just knocks it out of the park on, really helps you save money, really gives you beautiful items, really just helps you create that beautiful, gorgeous, elevated home, still on a budget. That's what we want, right? And maybe some things that we should be avoiding, because there's some things. Okay. Make sure you hit subscribe, give the video a thumbs up if you love HomeGoods. I know I do, I get very excited about it. And let's jump into today's video. The number one thing that I think you should be buying at HomeGoods is the vase. The number one thing, yes, the number one thing that I think you should be buying at HomeGoods is this vase. Now, to be fair, there's like a cult following, a cult hunt. You guys are writing into the Inspired by V Facebook group that you are on the hunt for this specific vase, and I don't blame you because I absolutely love it. I'm on the hunt myself. In fact, we might have to just go hunting for it and go out and look for it some more. But one of the things that I really do love are the vases at HomeGoods. I think that they do a really good job on a lot of their vases. I think it's a good item to go to HomeGoods and to hunt for. I think it's best to look for classic items. I know that this might not seem super classic in the traditional sense, but I do think that a vase like this really is pretty timeless. It's got this matte look to it. It's a classic modern piece. It's something that you just love year after year. That's what I think you should be looking for, because let's face it, you could get distracted. Not every vase sold at HomeGoods is gonna be a good classic piece. Sometimes they throw glitter on things, they take things too far, they put sayings on them. I say look for something really classic, something that'll really stand the test of time, something that you'll want 5 years from now. I think trying to look for larger pieces is also a really good idea. They tend to do big vases pretty well. I like some that have a little bit more of a geometric look to them. They've got a bunch of different types. But overall, I think that HomeGoods has a lot of really good choices, and a vase is a pretty good thing to be looking for at HomeGoods. You're very likely, no matter which HomeGoods you go to that day, that you'll be able to find a really nice vase. And a vase just really adds a lot of warmth and character to your home. You can see here where I've got a little vase here just overflowing with some greenery from the grocery store, and a vase really can be an amazing, beautiful piece in your home decor, and it can make your space feel really dressed up and complete, and yet it can be very affordable. So I know that the hunt for this one is still on. If you find it, let me know, because I'm still looking for more of them, but I do love them. I think they're really beautiful, and yeah, you can really find some great pieces. Now, one of the things that I think that you should avoid and do not buy at HomeGoods, let's just do a whole wide sweep. The word glitter. If it has glitter on it, just put it back. Don't leave the store with it. I don't know why. I guess because they just sell it, okay? I'm just going to assume that the reason that HomeGoods is selling so many things with glitter on them is because somebody's buying them. So I think that we should collectively let HomeGoods know that we don't want things with glitter on them anymore. Therefore, stop putting them on the shelves, and we will stop buying them. I don't think that there's anything that could possibly have glitter on it that we should be buying. I was thinking, ooh, an ornament? No, nothing with glitter. Just don't buy it. The artwork with glitter, whew. Vases with glitter, furniture, accessories, you name it. I feel like they just put glitter on just about everything and ask you to buy it, and I just think you should walk out of the store without it. Glitter is one of those things that just looks really cheap. It doesn't give off any kind of sophisticated vibe at all, and it has the habit of coming off on your hands. It gets all over your clothes, it gets on your house. Just Just absolutely walk out of the store, pass by the glitter. That's right, Mom. I went there, and I know you love the glitter, but I'm just telling you, there's other ways to bring the glitz in, okay? My mom's gonna be watching this and be like, but I love the glitter. I want to spread it all around. And I'm like, no, just don't do the glitter stuff, okay? It's messy and it just doesn't look chic and sophisticated. And I mean, I'm always like, oh, but if you love it. No, even if you love it, walk out of the store without the glitter, okay? We need to take a stand and be one in this, okay? We just need to take a stand against the glitter, walk out of the store, leave it there. It's just not a nice thing to be buying. Okay, so let's talk about something else that is a great thing to be buying. One of the things that I really do like that Homegoods does really well is the bedding. The only problem with the bedding, and it's something that you have to really watch for, is that a lot of times they don't have complete sets. So I think that's the biggest struggle. So you can find some really beautiful classic bedding at Homegoods. A lot of times they have some really beautiful quilts. I personally don't typically buy the comforters because I feel like they're kind of like a fiberfill pillow where it just kind of gets all like mushy and chunky and it doesn't really stand up to use very well. Personally, I usually buy the quilts, love to buy sheet sets, shams. Those kinds of things are perfect to buy at Homegoods. You're just going to struggle at times to make sure that you can get a complete set. Because I do think that that is important, that you need to be able to get your complete sheet set with maybe the matching shams, or the items need to all go together. And maybe you'll luck out and get enough that you'll be able to do a complete bed, but like my sister found the cutest shams. And she found one sham and then it took her forever to find the second sham, and then she kept looking for the quilt and couldn't find it. So it's stuff like that. I think that's where a little bit of the trouble is, but overall I think Homegoods offers a lot of really beautiful classic bedding. And if you stick to those classics, great basics, a lot of times they'll have Ralph Lauren and some of them look like really high quality brands. I think that's what you should be hunting down for, in really classic colors. And honestly, I think you can have a little bit of fun at times as well. Like at Christmas time, I love to go and look at Homegoods for maybe a set of flannel sheets for the kids' beds. And I'll have a little bit of fun because it's so affordable. But yeah, I think that it is a good place to look for bedding. And if you luck out and get it all together, you're gonna have some gorgeous pieces. Speaking of the holidays, let's talk about what we shouldn't buy. And that is all of the really, really tacky themed decor that they sell for all of the holidays. Right now, you're probably gonna see most of Christmas in there. It's October, end of October, and I think a lot of the Halloween's been taken out. But let's be honest, there's gonna be some lingering Halloween that's really ugly left in there. And Christmas is already, puked itself on Homegoods, and it's every season. Homegoods really sells a lot of really tacky looking decor, and I think that it just doesn't give your home a sophisticated, elegant feel. Now, if you want, I think some people actually just think it's funny and it's ironic. I respect that, because sometimes I'll do something like that in my house where I'll just do something that just sort of, it's just because I think it's funny and it makes me laugh, and I'll do that in my house. I like to have snakes and different things that I find them ironic. I think it's fun. But generally, I would say avoid that cheesy holiday decor. Now, on the flip side of that is the fact that actually Homegoods is a great place to find classic holiday decor for all the seasons. They actually a lot of times have some really beautiful pieces. So if you're smart and you really just kind of wade through your options, you're gonna find that actually they have a lot of beautiful items. And look for the classic pieces. Look for the things that really convey a high quality to them, something that you feel like is gonna be something you're gonna pull out every single year. But skip on the things that have, a lot of writing on them, too many faces is probably, if it has a face, you probably need to pass on it, generally. Sometimes they'll have something that's really cute, but as a general rule, I think that they just have a lot of really just kind of cheesy decor. And I think that over the years, you just kind of get tired of it. And you're trying to build, I'm assuming that this is what you want, that you want to have a beautiful, chic home that feels like a designer has helped you build it. So, that's my job as a designer, is to help my clients pick and choose what they buy. And I assume assume that if you clicked on this video, you're probably looking for what things will give you that beautiful look. So I'm gonna say pass on the cheesy, tacky holiday decor, but go for those classics because I think you'll end up winning. They really do have a lot of beautiful things. I've bought a lot over the years that I've really loved and I pull back out. So don't pass on the holiday, just pass on the tacky. One of the things that I pass on at HomeGoods, but I always find myself looking, are the pillows. It really kind of makes me upset because I feel like HomeGoods could step it up. Again, we go back to this sort of tacky, cheesy, HomeGoods kind of looking stuff that's got a lot of characters or sayings and, all that kind of stuff that HomeGoods is kind of known for. I think those are the pillows that I'm like, immediately, absolutely not. Sometimes they do actually sell some really classic pillows, but a lot of times they're fiberfill, and I just don't think that that's a good use of your money. I personally do not want to have a million pillows in stock in my basement. I prefer instead to have the down inserts and just change out the cover, because a drawer full of a few covers or a little basket down on my styling shelves is very easy for me to store, but hundreds of pillows for every single season. I've been to my mom's basement, and when you buy those pillows, the piles of them just keep going up and up. And so my mom has stopped doing that even herself because she's like, I don't have anywhere else to put all this stuff. It gets to be too much. So I think looking for really beautiful classic pillows, you can still do that at HomeGoods. Sometimes they do have the ones with the zippers, with the little inserts, and you can find a great piece. But generally, that's not what they're really selling. And so generally, I just find myself avoiding the pillow section. I actually walk down the pillow section hoping that I'm gonna find something just really amazing. And every now and then, I find a really great nugget, but most of the time, I pass on it. Let's talk for just a moment about rugs. Rugs are one of those things that HomeGoods really, really nails most of the time. And then sometimes they just bomb it. Okay, so let's talk about the rugs first that you should be buying. Those big area rugs that they have by brands like Safavieh, Ralph Lauren, Loloi, those rugs are gorgeous. And they are really good prices and they're a really good deal. I bought one for our Otis building project that we just completed and it was beautiful. I loved it. I wanted to keep it for my own house. Gorgeous. Persian style, beautiful colors, beautiful pattern, stunning. I loved it. I really did. I love that piece. It's beautiful. I've bought quite a few rugs over the years at HomeGoods that are absolutely amazing. I suggest looking for those brands, like I just said, but also look for a rug that's a little bit thicker. You want something that isn't gonna slide around on the floor. You want something that isn't gonna move around on your carpet. If you're doing a rug on carpet, you need it to be a heavier rug so that you can place things on it like your bed and it won't go anywhere, it won't pucker and get all the bumps in it that become a tripping hazard. Those are all the things that we don't want in a rug. And sometimes at HomeGoods, they do sell those thin ones. You just wanna avoid those, okay? So what you really want is a nice thick rug. It's got a really beautiful pattern in it, a deep pattern. You want something where the pattern runs through and you want something that just really, you just look at it and you just love it and it feels like an art piece. Buy those. Those are amazing. Now the rugs that you shouldn't buy, they do have a lot. I would say the doormats with a lot of the sayings on them, the small little area rugs that just end up getting in the way. They have a lot of those in like a separate section from like the big area rugs. And I've never bought one of those rugs. I don't buy rugs like that for the bathroom. I don't buy them for the front door. I just think that they really kind of downgrade your spaces or your front door. And your front door is literally the first thing you and your guests are going to see when you come home. And so I think that doormat is something I tend to go more classic on. Every now and then, HomeGoods will have a really pretty classic, beautiful piece and a great classic doormat, or maybe just a nice little scatter rug for the bathroom. Usually what I'll do is more a heavier weight even for the bathroom, and then just do those little bath mats that look like towels. That style, I'll put one over the tub, and I can throw them in the wash. That's what you put your feet on when you get out of the tub or the shower, not the really nice one. You put the nice ones, maybe a runner, or if you have a really big space, you could go with a bigger rug. Put those down. That's the way to go with it. But I avoid the really thin ones. I avoid the ones that have a lot of sayings on them. I avoid the ones that just look like they're printed on top and that the pattern doesn't really run through the rug. Those are all the things that I'm avoiding, and HomeGoods does sell. So you can win, yet again. You can win over and over at HomeGoods, but you know, there's some things that I think that are just kind of wasting your money. So yeah, pass on those. Okay, let's talk about art. Art is one of those things that HomeGoods really, I would say generally, this is something I would put on the do not buy list, okay? It's generally just a hard no, okay? Because a lot of what they sell is just printed on canvas in a really cheap way. It just doesn't look good. It's not high quality. The painting itself doesn't convey a sense of high art. I think it looks a lot of times very childish. It's very immature, lots of little sayings, and then they put glitter on it. Oh, why do they do this to us? Oh, why? Why do you put glitter on art? A shimmer would be okay, but glitter, just absolutely not. And I think they try to be relevant to a lot of different styles. So they have a lot of like boho kind of stuff, which to me just looks really immature, really poorly made. These aren't things that you want to fill your house with, right? These aren't things that are going to elevate your space, that you're really going to get your money worth. I want to buy something that really elevates my space, that makes it feel chic and sophisticated. I don't want people to think that I went to HomeGoods to get it. I want to trick the eye into thinking that, wow, she must have spent a fortune on that, right? They're not gonna think that if it's covered in glitter. And they're probably not gonna think that if it's got writing on it. If any kind of saying, no matter how cute it is, yeah, you don't need a reminder on every wall of your house. Be a good girl, or, you know, mama's, I don't know, it's like mama this, mama that. I don't know, you don't need that stuff. Wine o'clock, I don't know, like, these are things that are cute to look at in the store, have a good laugh, and then walk out without them. Okay, that's what I do at least. The flip side of this is that actually HomeGoods has some amazing art pieces if you get smart about it. I love to look at their mirrors. A lot of times they have really good mirrors in their art section. That's one of the things that they tend to do really, really well. Another thing that they do really well a lot of times is the frames. And this is where you can save so big and really treat yourself to something that's gonna look spectacular, but it won't cost you a lot of money. One of the things I love to do is I love to buy the really big canvases that are framed, because you try to go get one of those, it's gonna cost you a fortune from a designer shop. You try to get one from an artist. I would love to be able to support an artist by paying them $10,000 for that, you know, huge wall size piece, like something like I've got sitting here. Something like this from an artist that's, you know, done this for you and is framed, it's gonna cost you $10,000, maybe $5,000 if they're just getting started, right? Most of us don't have the money for those kinds of things, but those pieces really elevate our space. So I like to look at HomeGoods. I like to look at the really big pieces. I like to look at something that maybe I can either put something else into the frame. If it's a print and it's got really good thick matting on it, then I'll look to see if I can switch out the artwork that's in it if it's not really nice art. I'll also look at those big canvases, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring them home and I'm gonna paint over them. And I have done that so many times. I did it recently in the Otis building. I've done it in my own bathroom. I've got another project coming up very soon. You're gonna be blown away by how beautiful the pieces that we've created for Dr. Ferris's living room. Maybe you even saw the Amazon Live where I gave you a sneak peek of the room. You'll be able to see it in there. I'll leave a link down below for that. But you can get some really beautiful pieces at HomeGoods. And I'm not an artist. I'm a creative, right? I am an artist, I think, in a way. We're all an artist, right? We're the artists of our own home. I really do believe that. I do think that. But I don't know that my pieces are gonna end up sitting next to Monet's in an art gallery, okay? So I don't think that's probably likely to happen. I'm gonna have to do something more amazing than what I've done in my life, okay, for that to happen, for someone to value my pieces to that extent. But I do think that you can do something amazing in your home and really create something pretty spectacular by just simply, you can take even paint samples that you have at home, go to, you know, Home Depot and get little sample sizes of paint. You can use acrylics. I like to use a matte paint when I paint on those canvases because I think it just gives a richness to that. It keeps it from looking shiny and glossy, which is the other problem with a lot of that artwork at HomeGoods. It's glossy, so it doesn't look real. It just looks off. Something looks off about it because most people don't paint with a high gloss paint. Most artists don't paint with that. So I think going for a matte paint, either in acrylics or, you know, samples that you got at Home Depot from Behr, or I use whatever brand I've got, and I just kind of dump the paint right down in the center, just spread it out around the canvas, let it dry. Just as simple as that, and you'll have an amazing classic art piece. I need to do a DIY art video and show you guys a few of the pieces that we've been making, because we've been making a whole bunch. But yeah, that's for another day. But I do think that those canvases are a really great purchase, and I think that you can get some gorgeous art that really just makes your home look amazing. So there you go. That is my list for HomeGoods, the do's and the don'ts. Now I am 100% dying to go back to HomeGoods. I love the sense of the hunt. Right? Isn't that what HomeGoods really is all about? You know, they actually do that on purpose. They purposely don't give you too many of an item because it's that sense of the hunt for something that really just is that thrill. And so you will never see a stock of 80 of one item a lot of times. I say never and then almost never, okay? You'll almost never see that many of one item because it's the thrill of the hunt, and I love it. I think it's fun. It can be a little bit tiresome when you do need 2 of something or 4 of something. That's when I think for me it can get a little bit just, it can just get to where I'm like, I don't have time for this. There's other places I can shop, like Amazon. I find great artwork on Amazon, and I don't have to spend hours hunting for it, and it's a lot easier for me just to have it shipped to my door. I'd rather just go somewhere where it's all readily available in quantities that I need, linens and other things. A lot of times that's why I end up at Amazon, because it's just a lot easier. But still love the thrill of the hunt at HomeGoods. And give this video a thumbs up if you agree. Let me know down in the comments if you just share that love. And ooh, we didn't even talk about candles. We didn't talk about candles. Oh, we didn't talk about furniture. Maybe we'll need another video. Let me know in the comments if you would like a follow-up video to this one, if you want to chat more HomeGoods, and if you guys love it, and if you just geek out over it the way that I do. Let me know down in the comments. Make sure you are a subscriber. We are literally just blew right through 310. We're going to just let's go for 350. Let's just build this channel. Let's build our beautiful community full of people who are design enthusiasts and home enthusiasts. You're the artist of your own home, and this is the most exciting thing that you'll ever create, is your own home. And I don't know about you, but I love it. And I can't wait to wake up every single day and to chat with you guys about it, and to be a part of your homes, be a part of your lives. This is amazing. I can't believe I get to do this. This is amazing. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this incredible community. And I hope you'll give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe, comment, you know the drill, and sip coffee. And I've got some really fun projects that I'm working on, and I'm gonna get back to those projects at the moment. But man, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Ooh, I'll leave you with another video. I know. I'll leave you with a video. How about that? I'll leave you some more suggestions. See you soon. Bye.